Hello, my name is Martin, and this is the indie game of the week, Chariot, and thank you for watching. Chariot is described as a couch co-op puzzle platforming game, guys. Now, what exactly does that mean, couch co-op? Well, the game has a heavy focus on two-player action, guys, using, two players to solve puzzles and physics problems together, but that doesn't mean that the game isn't awesome as a single-player game as well. I can't really think of anything to compare Chariot to. It's a very unique game, but you have familiar elements of physics and puzzle elements in the game, guys, that you may have seen in some other games here and there. It released on Steam November 12th, 2014. It was developed and published by Frima Studios. Those are the awesome people behind Zombie Tycoon 2, a game we did a video on a long time ago. You can go ahead and get Chariot on Steam, and it's also available on most current-gen consoles for $14.99, with the option to go ahead and buy the soundtrack, which is pretty freaking awesome. You're listening to it right now for a couple extra bucks, guys. Now, let me start by saying that this is my favorite two-player game of the year, guys. Easily. You can have all of your advanced warfares and your French assassins, and those are all well and good, but what I really love about Chariot, guys, it's simplistic, fun gameplay. And it really is, it's about cooperation with another player. That's why it's my favorite two-player game of the year, easily. It's just enjoyable fun, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the game here, guys. There is quite a bit to look at. I've been playing the game for about an hour now. And I've gotten to about level 5. These are the options right here. As you can see, there's some sound sliders, some music sliders, some subtitles on and off. There is also video options, which I had a hard time finding, which is a whole other story. I messed with the registry and did a whole bunch of stuff, and I realized, oh, there's a button right there, and I was a goof. But you have all these video options available to you: glow effects, V-Sync, refraction, particles, all that good kind of stuff. Whatever you may like, you can set it to, guys. The game also does feature controller support. In matter of fact, there's a huge underline right there because the game is very much, it wants you to play with the controller, guys. You can play it with the keyboard and mouse, but I wouldn't suggest you to play the game that way. It works pretty much with any controller, just about. I use the X360 CE program, and I got to work with my Logitech controller pretty much immediately. So I can imagine that most controllers will be supported by this game, guys. So we're going to hit continue here, guys. We're going to go ahead and start off at level 5. There's lots of stuff to look at here, basically, but we're going to touch upon that after we show a little bit more of the gameplay. We'll talk about what all that other stuff is here. Now, you kind of have like a starting equipment thing that you can kind of choose. You can also swap characters between the fiance and the princess. I'm going to just play as the fiance because he's a dude. I love the way he's so adorable. He looks like a little chipmunk. So we're going to start there, and you'll see what I'm talking about. What the game is basically about is you're kind of escorting your king's body. Or in this case, your father-in-law's body, basically, because he wants a royal tomb. He doesn't want to be buried like a commoner, and he's a bit of a scumbag. But you basically kind of need to navigate all these different kinds of caves as you get deeper and deeper and try to get to the royal catacombs. So let's talk about what you're looking at right here. On the top left, we have my amount of coins. Coins you can use to buy upgrades, which you can get in the shop. We'll go back to that a little bit. On the bottom left is the active item I have, which I can activate by pressing Y. In this particular case, it's kind of like a hook, and it allows me to kind of set up a second grab point for a rope. I can also detach it by simply pressing the Y button again, and it'll go away. Also, another cool thing about this game is it looks like at any point in time, a second player can join you to play the game, which is really sweet too. So as far as actions go, I can jump. I also have like an attack button. I can basically shoot my slingshot. And the reason I have a slingshot is that there's these demon dudes who are trying to steal gold away from the king, and basically kind of rob him blind. As you collect gold, basically he wants to have his sepulcher full of gold, he said, to basically just to be a kingly thing. He's like a pharaoh type of thing. So they can steal your gold that you can only collect, by the way, through the chariot itself. So we have come up to a situation like this where we have to basically somehow overcome this. Well, I basically can attach a rope to it simply by pressing my R2 button, and then I can change the length of rope that I have by basically pressing my L1 and L2 buttons. So for instance, I'm pulling it in really tight, or I can basically give it a lot of slack and basically let it go really far away. And that's kind of how the basic gist of how you're going to overcome your challenges, basically. So you're going to go up here, going to start pulling it in. There you go. Now, of course, as you get deeper and deeper into the game, they're going to start introducing more and different kinds of challenges. There'll be switches and barriers, spiritual barriers, you know, human barriers and things like that, time switches, all that good kind of stuff. Now, if you just saw that little bubble that appeared around the chariot itself, that's like kind of like a noise indicator, because depending on how much noise you make, you can alert those little demon dudes who will try to steal your gold, of course. So let's go ahead and get up here. Now, this is a good example of spirit barriers and human barriers. These green barriers, what I'm standing on, which is spraying up flowers, are human barriers that I can walk upon. But the chariot can go right through them. He cannot basically he cannot like ride on them, he can't even touch them. But below that, you see there's like this little cold barrier that's shooting skulls. That is a spirit barrier that only the chariot could touch. I will go right through it. So let's go ahead and pull up the chariot here. Collect some coins. Come on, baby. Let's go. So let's talk about some things. First and foremost, the amazing graphics, guys. I love the way the game looks. It's adorable, basically, the way everything looks in this game. The sound effects are spot on. The music is really kind of fancy-esque and really nice. You can only collect treasure with the chariot, which is one of those is a big gem, which basically makes a lot of noise and can summon bad guys, depending on the situation. Oh, God. It's on my head. It's on my head. Get off my head. Okay. Oh, God. No, no, no. Okay, I'm gonna have to let it go, I think. Okay. Oh gosh. Hold on. Okay, give me some slack. Give me some slack. Give me some slack. Okay. Go hold down and pull you up. There we go. Now, basically, you can kind of lock yourself down, anchor yourself by basically pressing the down button.
This is needlessly complicated.
As you can see, there's voice acting in the game too, which is really fantastic. The voice acting is adorable. Yeah, you can just kind of press down and lock yourself into a position, basically, by pressing down, and you basically won't budge from that spot when you're basically, you know, pulling or pushing on the chariot itself. So that gives you kind of a basic, rough idea of what the puzzles will be like. Now, there is different kinds of puzzles that you run into. They're like challenge areas. Matter of fact, I can press the start button and actually show you the map itself. I've actually been through this board a little bit already, just so I would know what to expect and it wouldn't be like, it would seem like a boob if I got like stuck or anything like that. You basically hit the start button and it'll show you kind of the map there, basically. Also, sometimes the map will have like collectibles. Like on the top left, you can see there's skulls with little crowns on them. You have to collect those, basically. It gives you little bonus objectives or hidden around the board. Sometimes you have to have a second player to get those, which can be a little frustrating. But most of the time, you can usually get to them yourselves. You can also get blueprints, which you can use to create new items. Now, again, this is those spirit bearers I was talking about. Oh, God. Now, those are the bad guys I was talking about. You can see they're kind of appearing, those little red eyeball dudes. If I were to let my chariot go down there, they would start immediately trying to rob my gold, which would be bad juju. I don't want them to do that, so I'm going to try to avoid them. You can basically, by the way, just get rid of them simply by just kind of walking off the screen. They go away like that, pretty simply, like that. All right, so we're gonna go back this way. Now that they're gone, I think we can probably collect the treasure. I'm gonna go ahead and fall, drop the rope. Okay, give it some slack. Give it some slack. No, give it some slack. There we go. Oh! Oh no! He took 5 gold, that little prick. I don't think he can get back to his portal, so maybe I can kill him in time. Let's see. I think I did kill him. Yeah, because he couldn't get back into his portal. So he couldn't take it. Now that looks like a yellow switch. I wonder what that one does. What is going on here? Huh? Oh, so that's like a time switch there. We can use to hopefully get back up there and collect that treasure. If we can get back up there fast enough. Oh, come on. Come on. I don't think we're going to have enough fast enough to do that. I think it's already closed, hasn't it? I think it did, yeah. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get... I mean, we could probably get that. It's just being very difficult. I'd rather just, you know, skip it for now and we'll catch up. I'll catch that treasure later. Like I said, the treasure is just, you know, build upgrades, as it were. It's not necessarily the world's most important thing in the world. I wonder if I stand under this, will it kill me? Oh, God! Okay, no, it will bounce back up, though. There's no way to die in this game. But there is, like, little checkpoints. If you happen to get stuck on a puzzle, if you get too frustrated or stuck in basically a hole you can't get out of, there is ways to... let's go down. I don't know what's going on in here. Boom! Too much noise. Alright, there's a switch there. I wonder what that switch is for. Oh. Come on, come on, let's go. I think I know what that switch is for. I think it's up here. Come on, come on, come on, Daddy. Get up here. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Now, the rope kind of automatically gives you slack. There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. The rope automatically gives you slack, by the way, depending on if you're jumping or not. It'll give you slack. Let's pull it this way. Let's go over here. What's over here? Is this the way we came from? This could be the way we came from, I thought. Or maybe not. Maybe there's a skull. Oh, there's gems over here. Okay, the game is full of little secrets, too, which is one thing I really, really like about this game. Is that even as a single-player game, there's just tons of little things to find, discover, and get for yourself. There's 25 levels total here, guys, for you to enjoy. Let's go ahead and move along. Come on, Daddy-o. Let's go. Now, again, we got like a little situation here. We need to figure out how to get past those two barriers. Not that hard if you can just figure out how to use the physics engine, of course, to your advantage. We got one switch here. We'll pull this chariot up. Oh, yeah. Now, you can imagine how chaotic this would be with 2 players. But also, there's challenges that can only be accomplished by 2 players, too, which is also really sweet. There's certain challenges here and there that can only be accomplished with 2 players. Come on, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Okay, there we go. We'll get that next switch. We'll get that gem there. The game basically does feature all, of course, loads of steamy goodness, Steam cards, Steam achievements, all that good stuff. I'm not going to necessarily drop down there. I want to see. Okay, so that's not necessarily that far of a drop. Now, this is one of those tombstones that I was talking about. This is one of those checkpoints. Now, if I just hit the circle button, I can actually just automatically respawn back to that, and it'll take me right back to where that checkpoint was. And of course, everything I did after that checkpoint, though, I'll have to redo again all over. To get, either gems or whatever have you. This sign basically warns you about like little demon things in this place. Let's go this way because this will give you a good example of some of the more difficult challenges here in this game that you'll find. I think we have to go down first. Oh god! Too much noise! You're fine. Shut up, you whiny king. Oh, good lord. No, you're not fine. Man, those guys are buggers. Let's pull them up, pull them up, pull them up. Now, they're going to be a little bit of a nuisance while they're on camera, but I guess they're gone now. Okay, cool. Okay, pull it up, pull it up. That's it. There we go. Booyah. And, okay, pull it up. Lock it down, pull it up. There we go. And, boom, once again. Pull it up. This area basically just means, by the way, just a little bit more sensitive to noise. It probably summon monsters a heck of a lot easier. Pull it up. There we go. Okay. As you can see that sign right there, it says 2 stars. That kind of gives you an indication of the challenge that you can expect up ahead in this area here, for instance, which could either give you access to, skulls or blueprints. There's also another sign right there, basically, that shows you 2 little people, right? Let me show you what that sign's about. That sign basically is all about the 2-player challenges in this. Now, you see there's a little blue diamond over there. Now, it will take 2 people without a shadow of a doubt to get that blue diamond. And those are what indicates that those are kind of 2-player challenges. That's the only time where you're going to see basically something that you can't usually get access to because it requires 2 people to do that. So it basically kind of lets you know, almost kind of like a little Big Planet in a weird way. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's letting you know what the kind of challenge you'll basically facing and trying to get that by yourself. But those are usually you'll find about a couple of those per board. Because again, the game is focused on multiplayer, guys. It's meant to be played with 2 people. Which, speaking of which, I'm thinking about doing an entire Let's Play series on this. Because I just think it would be a hell of a lot of fun to play this with 2 people. I'm thinking about getting Kitty, if I can, in on this. And doing it with her. Doing an entire Let's Play series. Because the game basically is just a lot of fun. It's chaotic. It's enjoyable chaos. How about that? It really does a good job of, letting you play with the physics, having to cooperate with the people. I think we have to go back the other way we came now. Yeah, we have to go back the entire way we came there. But I'm not going to do that because I want to go ahead and show you The shop itself, basically, what little things that you can get, basically, kind of help your climber out. Like I said, there's a shop here that allows you to buy items, either for the chariot itself or for your climbers, or the princess and her fiance, as it were. So, for instance, I already have the peg, which is attached rope to the closest hard surface, basically lets you know what the cooldown is. And it looks like that can actually even be improved upon as you find more and more, looks like blueprints. I'm not really sure, though. Yeah, because it looks like, yeah. So it looks like each item has like 3 upgrades as well. So you can even upgrade these items. We got a canary, attracts looters and blows them up, also lights up the darkness, because it's a freaking bomb. And you basically find those as you find the blueprints. Some blueprints basically require more than just 1 to activate. So for instance, this royal lantern requires 2 blueprints for us to activate and use that to our advantage there. So that basically will allow us to actually get deeper, because the king is kind of afraid of the dark, and basically there's a point where it could turn off and basically find something, but he said he was too afraid and I couldn't see anything, so I didn't go in there. But as you can imagine, you can go back to the certain boards and find, you know, more skulls or more hidden secrets and all that good kind of stuff. Like I said, there is achievements in this game that you can find. For instance, I have 9 out of 75 skulls. And basically this is just kind of a representation of your royal treasures that he wants in his tomb. Of course, all these upgrades cost money to buy. So for instance, there we go. It cost me about 2,000 gold to get that achievement. Not that achievement, that piece of equipment there. And then we can go back to the adventuring. We can basically use these items all over again from board 1, or basically go back to older boards and play them all over again. As you can see, there is several ways to play the doors. For instance, this is entrance A for this board, but there's also an entrance B. There's also a speed mode, a speed running mode, which allows you to basically kind of play the game, the board as fast as you can, kind of compete with other players, get that people who are obsessed with speed runs thing going for you. And you know, of course, there's leaderboards that allow you to see how you did in comparison to other players. Like, it looks like, is this the forked path? Let's see. The woodland vestibule, the best person got 2 minutes and 26 seconds. And so on and so forth. And you can basically kind of compare yourself to other players and see how they're all doing, guys. It's just a really fun game, guys. One thing that's really cool about this game is you can also play the game with a controller, and one person plays with the keyboard. The environments do basically change up. From my understanding, there's like 5 environments total. I'm just going to play through board 4 again, just to give you a little bit more of an example of the different kinds of boards you'll be seeing. Like I said, the graphics are just really cute and adorable. The way the voice acting, the skeleton talks, telling you about things, it's just really funny. It's kind of cute. It's adorable. It's an easy game to pick up and play and enjoy. But, you know, again, you have that difficulty to master type thing, which I really enjoy. And basically, it's just, you don't find many games that kind of focus on, you know, 2-player cooperation these days, you know? And these types of games are kind of rare, which is why I really, really like Chariot. I think it does, all the elements work very well together, and basically it kind of promotes hilarity when 2 players are trying to accomplish something. I watched Felicia Day and Ryan Day, her brother, play this game, and it was just an absolutely hilarious to watch them play this game, because it was just, they were just completely, you know, being chaotic and crazy, and I can only imagine I'm hoping that's the type of gameplay that I will have in my Let's Play series. It's that kind of level of fun, that kind of gameplay, guys. When I do it with Kitty, which hopefully she'll be down for. I'm sure she will. She loves this game, so you can look forward to that. I'm not sure when that will be premiering here. It'll probably be premiering, you know, maybe next week, or I'm not really 100% sure, though. But it will be something to look forward to, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, control-wise, the controls are very smooth. Basically, the game's very responsive. I really haven't had any kind of bugs or anything of the sorts. And it all really works really, really well, guys. So to wrap up, guys, if you're looking for an amazing game that you can either play by yourself or have a hell of a good time playing with someone else, guys, look no further than Chariot, guys. It's well made. I didn't run into any bugs. The physics of the game work very well. The puzzles are fun and challenging. And the game obviously has a high amount of replay value, guys. And it's a fantastic price, guys. The only thing you could possibly wish for in this game would be online multiplayer. But when you basically add multiplayer into aspects of, you know, physics and puzzles, it just brings in lag and latency, and the developers developers wanted to keep the game fun and not frustrating, so they didn't want to add that. They wanted to kind of keep it, again, a kind of a couch co-op style game, guys, which I can understand. You know, sometimes multiplayer can be great, sometimes it can be a little bit of a lagging nightmare. Obviously, I highly recommend this game, guys. I think you will enjoy it. So big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, and I'll keep bringing you awesome games, guys. Till next time, play more indie games.